Hey folks, we have a Lowden here today. This is an early 90s, made in Ireland, Lowden S7, S for Subtania, which is the type of mahogany used in the back and sides. This is what today they call the O body style, O for original, so this is the Lowden. This is sort of George Lowden's own design, his sort of flagship design. Again, it's from the early 90s, coming out of a period where he had licensed the builds to Sierra in Japan, which are also widely regarded as excellent guitars, if you can find them. So this one is when he sort of took it back, started having the builds done in Ireland again. The neck is very slim. I think it's sort of their reaction to maybe the sort of market at the time, the 80s, being a very electric guitar kind of focused kind of market. Acoustic guitars kind of dipped down for a while. So people, I think, were into the sort of slim, fast necks that were maybe feeling a little bit more like an electric guitar. It plays unbelievably fast. The action is actually, I believe it's below 3/32 seconds and 2/30 seconds, and there's no buzz. So it's like a pretty unique guitar, or at least these builds are pretty unique in their playability. It's a very specific type of playability, but I find it extremely comfortable, especially if someone is coming to an acoustic guitar and kind of maybe usually an electric guitar player and just wants an acoustic guitar that really is an acoustic guitar. It's not just sort of an acoustic electric with a kind of feeble voice but feels like an electric guitar but sounds completely like an acoustic guitar. This one also has some cool appointments. It has a really neat brass strap button on the heel, aftermarket, and a pickup, an older mic pickup system that actually sounds very good. Since it's a mic, you'll probably have to EQ it depending on the circumstances or the speaker you're in. But I think it sounds really awesome. It's a pretty light guitar. I'd say it's probably a medium weight. It's probably four pounds, maybe 4 pounds 9 ounces, something like this. Spruce top. Aged beautifully into a nice golden hue, beautiful grain, lots of playwear throughout, nothing egregious, no chunks taken out of it, no pits, the finish isn't worn down to the wood anywhere, just clearly was played, probably gigged with, just played regularly but taken care of. So it's got a nice, what they call now relic. I mean, you kind of buy new guitars with relic jobs now, so this has a really beautiful authentic relic job, I'd say. But you don't see too many of these out there. I think they're just kind of in collections, or they're just not widely circulated. I'm not sure how many were made. But here's this one. So this one actually had a neck reset and refret about a year plus ago, by Pat DeBurrow in New Hampshire. Who's retired now, but he still apparently does some sort of one-off work for Northern Lights in Littleton, which is where I got this. Awesome piece. So yeah, what else to say? Nothing. Let's hear it. Yeah, so this is the third Lowden O style I've had. I just traded one. It was a walnut, it's a 2000s-ish walnut back and sides, cedar top, wonderful guitar. This is the second one I got. This is Mahogany back and sides, Spruce top, early 90s. Again, fantastic, both fantastic guitars. Third one is I just got. It's an 035 2021 with an Adirondack top and Indian rosewood back and sides. I couldn't pick one as being better than one or the other. I think it's just more late in time. You know, I get one, and then sort of the oldest one let go, and kind of move that way. I just can't justify having three of a single type. Kind of trying to keep it to one guitar of a certain type, and then kind of ideally really cut back down to, you know, just the ones that I really just play all the time. And you can't play a lot of guitars. It's just the truth. You have to, you know, you got to kind of focus your energies on certain guitars, and some guitars just, you know, you're not playing them, so you'd rather they be played. So this is sort of started with this one. Love this guitar. It's a fantastic guitar. If I sort of had a guitar vault, I could sort of, you know, hoard a bunch of guitars in, I would absolutely keep this one. But yeah, it is available, so let me know. Oh, yeah, also just about the provenance of the guitar. There was a bit of confusion. The guys I bought it from sort of weren't really sure. The latest thing that they were thinking was that it was made in Japan. I think I already mentioned this, but I reached out to Lowden and they said, based on the label, it was definitely made in Ireland. The S-Series ones had the rectangular white label. So if we go by that, definitely made in Ireland, but if it was made in Japan, it doesn't really make a difference, honestly. As I've said, the S-Series builds I've heard are fantastic and actually maybe even more rare. So in any case, I'm sticking to the idea that it was made in Ireland. But yeah, super great. Lowden's, I think if you've never tried a Lowden, you got to try one. It's a really nice alternative to the Martin Gibson world, which are the kind of things that even more sort of like inexpensive builders are referencing with a lot of their builds. To me, it's just a little bit sort of woodsier and classier than, say, a Taylor. Like I think a Taylor is right down the middle. It's a really beautiful sounding guitar, but I think Lowden has a little more hair on it. It's a little rougher, and at the same time, it's kind of even a little more celestial, which, you know, brings in the kind of the Martin thing. But I think it's a really nice cross section of some of the really great things about Gibson, the great things about Martin, even the great things about Taylor. So again, if you haven't tried Lowden, I would recommend trying one. This is a nice vintage one that's played in. It's just ready to go. You know, you get a new Lowden these days. They're amazing. They're really expensive, and they generally, I mean, like the one I got, it's you know, fantastic guitar, but I mean, it's got to be played in. I can tell it's very tight, especially the Adirondack top. It's going to take some time to kind of to really reach its full potential. Whereas this one is there. This is aged for you. It is ready to go. So yeah, grab it before I change my mind. Lowden S7, early 90s, Magpies.